you for tuning in with Chlorine King. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss anything. If you need any help with your business, then join my Patreon, links below, where you will improve your business and get exclusive discounts with my partners in the industry. Check out the sponsors for this video. Scammer will revolutionize the efficiency of your business and communication for your clients all in one modern and easy to use app. With everything you need to run your pool business with software that rocks, click the link below to learn more. Riptide Pool Vacuum Systems will allow you to service more pools per day and feel more refreshed at the end of it. With the blow-off proof bags, the most powerful vac head, awesome transport rack, and so much more, check out the link below. Now, let's get to the video.
What's up everybody, Chlorine King here. Thanks for tuning in for another video. Today we're going to show you some various stages of pools and how they're built from start to finish. And fortunately I work with a builder who has some different pools and different stages of the process of being built. So show you some cool stuff there, but before that, let's show you the new truck and the new stuff I did to it. So I put a 6-inch lift on this one. It's not the best for service, of course, but it rides really nice. And right back here, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I put some airbags on it as well, so it keeps a consistent height depending on how much weight I have on it. Another thing I really like about it is because of the lift, I can take this card off and literally just open the tailgate completely, no issues, doesn't hit the rack or anything like that. And then my favorite thing, I love music, as you guys know. I went ahead and put a 12-inch sub in here, and it's anchored in nicely here, so it's not going anywhere. So that's something I get to listen to and enjoy when I'm out working. So enough with that anyways. Let's go ahead and get started on the video and show you some different builds throughout the process. So check it out. So if you're going to start doing startups for builders, it's real important to decide and choose the right builders to work with, because guess what? There's hundreds of them, and there's no shortage to pick from when you're wanting to work with a builder. There's a couple things to keep in mind. The very first one that I can think of with Justin and why I like working with Winway Pools is we communicate. He always tells me in advance, hey Eric, you know, we got a pool coming up in a week or two that's going to be filled, just want to put it on your radar. And I appreciate that, because that way I know, hey, in a couple weeks I'll be getting another call from him saying, hey, can you go ahead and go start up this pool at X address. So it's real important to be communicative with each other, which Winway Pools does a great job of. The second one is just really a really important one, is having each other's backs. Now I know you guys that have started up pools know that oftentimes it's always the builder throwing the pool guy under the bus or vice versa and stuff like that. That doesn't happen with me and Justin, and that's what I really like. Look, at the end of the day, we're all human. We can all make mistakes and all that kind of stuff, but at the end of the day, we come together, we're like, hey, how can we get this resolved? And we get it resolved for the client, because at the end of the day, we want to deliver a great product, and by communicating, getting stuff taken care of, not pointing fingers, is how you get stuff done. There's been situations where he saved my back and I've saved his, and that's just how it should work when you're working with a builder. There are some other builders I've done very short stints with, and usually it's because they're pointing the finger at me when somehow I put a linear drain in crooked, even though I didn't build the pool at all, but somehow that's my fault. Those are kind of builders you don't want to work with or anything like that. So the final thing I can really say as far as working with the builders, you want to make sure you're on the same page. At the end of the day, Justin and I wanted to deliver a fantastic product, the best product we can deliver to our clients, and that's very important. If you're on a different level from the builder as far as the way the product goes, you guys aren't going to see eye to eye. You know, one's going to want to skip corners, the other one's going to want to do it properly, and it's just you guys are going to be butting heads all the time. So for the builders you do choose to work for, make sure you choose one where you guys see eye to eye on things, and I promise you the experience of working with a builder is not as bad as everyone makes it sound like in the industry. You just got to find the right people and stay away from the guys that ultimately aren't going to care about you and hang you out to dry. So those are a couple tips, but let's go ahead and show you a couple pools that we've done start to finish, or at least helped along the way. We'll take a look at a couple pools that are empty, filled with water, currently starting up, and then some that are just been finished with the startup. So you can see a lot of stuff and how the construction of the pool goes from start to finish. So let's go ahead and check that out. So here I am at one of Winway's pools. Before we get into what's here, I'll try to insert some pictures of some previous steps that we weren't able to get to, such as just the hole being dug in the ground, some exposed plumbing, that hasn't been backfilled yet, and some rebar pictures as well to show you some progressive steps before we get to where we're at right here, which is the form of the pool. We got some tile and coping done here, as you can see, all the way around. And you got some pipes stubbed off, and you can see starting to walk towards the bowl of the pool. Got the main drain that's going to be right there. Of course, your bench, your pool light, your skimmer, and this is all roughed in. This hasn't been finalized and fine-tuned and finished and everything like that. You can see the bonding wire here. Just ran around the pool. And what I'm trying to do, so right now we're basically walking above some pipes that have been backfilled. So you got the skimmer here, you got the vacuum line there, pool return for the bench and the deep end. But you can see this bonding wires ran all the way back to the equipment, which we're walking to now. You can see some electrical work there, the bonding wire, you can see the manifolds. Now it doesn't look the prettiest, but we make that look pretty when we build out the equipment sets for Justin. And then of course you always want to make sure your lines stay pressurized, so this has been holding 20 pounds steady to ensure there's no leaks on the ground or anything like that. Another good thing a quality builder does is pressurize their lines. So we'll go ahead and walk back to the pool. Now this is all going to have nice decking and all that. In fact, here's an exposed plumbing here, probably to the returns on the far side. That's of course going to be backfilled and finished with a nice decking, and this is a little bit elevated. But this is what the pool looks like in this state. So what we're going to do now is go to a pool that has had its final surface applied to it and show you the difference between this step and the next step, and then our final stop will be a finished pool. So let's go ahead and go to that pool. Alright, so this next pool here has had the final surface applied to it. The company's coming out to pressure wash the surface and get it filling with water, so I can go ahead and start it up. And you can see it's much different from that last pool we were at. You can see the returns ready to be put in when I start the pool up. Obviously the skimmer's all finished up, looking good. This particular pool has a nice bench and 2 sets of steps. Obviously a dual drain, main drain down there. You see the pool light. And then of course the deep end bench has some nice tile work done. That'll be exposed and finished and all that fun stuff. So just want to show you what this step is. This is basically ready to fill up. They're going to fill up today, and I should be back here tomorrow or first thing the next day to start the pool up and get it rocking and rolling. So before we get to our final one that's up and running fully, here's one I'm actually starting up now. You can see this equipment pad is a little different from what you'll see in the next one. This is a more complicated full pad. You got your pump, heater, filter, salt system automation, stuff like that. But this one currently is one we are working on starting up now. It's a nice blue PebbleTech finish. It's real important to make sure you're staying on top of the chems to do the startup properly, but you see the pool's looking fantastic. Spall's looking great as well. One thing I like to do, instead of having the floater running around crazy, I like to zip time the skimmer, so that way it doesn't go on the shelf over there and possibly stain the surface. Is something just to eliminate problems before they become an issue. So here's one we're currently starting up, but our next one will be the final pool that we're working on his currently. That's up and running. We just finished the startup, so let's go ahead and take a look at that one. Alright, so we're at one of Justin's pools. It's all finished, started up, and ready to go. Obviously there's leaves in the pool. We last cleaned it a couple days ago. But you can see it's moving beautifully. Color looks great. The decking is gorgeous and all that. The last thing we have to do here is just get the bubbler put in. I always like to wait till after it's started up to try to keep the pH manageable during the startup process. But these inlays here are really cool. They actually glow in the dark at night. Very nice touch by Justin and Winway Pools. This thing looks gorgeous and ready to go for the homeowner. I'll just walk you over here to the equipment. So this is one of the more simpler pads we do for him when compared to that last one I showed you. And there's your salt system and all that. So this is one of Winway Pools' final builds, and I hope you enjoyed this video to see what the pools go through from start to finish. Alright guys, so that's a wrap for today's video. I hope you guys learned a little bit how a pool is constructed, or at least what it looks like during the various stages. I know when I first started in the business, I always wondered how it got from, you know, a hole in the ground dug out to a finished product like the one behind me. This one is, again, 2 weeks into a startup, so I got a ways to go, but nonetheless, I hope you guys learned a little bit. Always like and subscribe and stay tuned for more videos. Have a great day, everyone.